This video is just meant to show you a couple of examples from me so you can see me working through some of the problems that you will see on the quiz, just so you can see it from a teacher and hopefully it helps you do similar problems on your quiz. So example 1 for 1.01, we have this table that says days and minutes, and we want to find the minutes for this question mark down here for 4 days. So what we need to do is we need to find the pattern. How do I get from 13 to 19? So I'm going to do it in blue. How do I get from 19 to 25? And that pattern needs to be the same so we can figure out how to get from 25 and figure out our question mark. So I'm thinking there's really only a way that I can think of how to get from 13 to 19, and that's by adding 6. And I can think of this by doing 19 minus 13, which equals 6. So 13 plus 6 is 19, but we have to make sure that we're adding 6 throughout the whole table. So 19, if I add 6, does it equal 25? Yeah, 19 plus 6 equals 25. So because we're adding 6 both times, we can safely say that we need to add 6 down here. So 25 plus 6 equals 31. So that question mark should equal 31 because it follows the pattern of adding 6 to each of the minutes. And that's our answer. So let's try number 2, because number 2 is a little different. We're going to do the same type of thinking here. So we have month and dollars. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 months. And we have $166, 146, 126, 106. And then again down here we have that question mark. So I'm thinking, okay, how do I get from 166 to 146? And again, I'm probably going to add or subtract. And because it's going down, I know I need to subtract. So what is 166 minus 146? Well, that equals 20. So I know I need to subtract 20. So 166 minus 20 equals 146. But we need to double check and make sure that works for the rest of the table. So about 146 minus 20, does that give us 126? Yeah, it does. 146 minus 20 is 126. 126, if I subtract 20, do I get 106? Yeah, I do. So now I need to take 106 and subtract 20 and get my mystery answer. So I'm going to do 106 minus 20, and that equals 86. So that means my question mark equals 86. So you kind of have to think about what that pattern is. And the good news is our brains are really, really good at finding patterns, even subconsciously. So hopefully these aren't too tough for you. But let's do one more, because on the first one we added, on the second one we subtracted. But let's take a look at this third one. So example 3, we have day and cases. So day 1, we had 40 cases. Day 2, we had 280. Day 3, we had 560. So we need to see how many we had on day 4. And again, we need to find the pattern. So I want to start with 140. And let's think, okay, how do I get from 140 to 180? We can think of adding, right? 140 plus 140 is 280. And I figured that out by doing 280 minus 140, and that equals 140. But remember, it needs to work for every number after that. So does 280 plus 140 equal 560? It actually doesn't. 280 plus 140 equals 420, not 560. Those are not the same. So because those aren't the same, our pattern is wrong. We can't say that we're adding 140. So we gotta find a different pattern. How else can I get from 140 to 280 if I'm not adding? And my thought is that because it's getting bigger, I can either add or multiply. So I can't add, that didn't work, so I need to multiply. But how do I know what to multiply by? So I'm going to take 280, and the opposite of multiply is divide. So I'm going to divide it by 140 to get that pattern. So 280 divided by 140. You can do it in your calculator. It equals 2. So what that means is 140 times 2 equals 280. So this is my pattern. So let's see if that pattern continues to work. 140 times 2 is 280. Does 280 times 2 equal 560? You can do it on your calculator, or you can do it by hand. And hey, it does. 280 times 2 is 560. So we have the right pattern. Now we just need to multiply 560 times 2 to get that question mark. So I'm going to do 560 times 2. I'm okay with you using a calculator, but if you want some practice doing it by hand, you can. 12, 5 times 2 is 10, plus 1 is 11. So our question mark equals 1,112, or 1,120. So again, on the first one, we were added 6. On the second example, we subtracted 20. On the third example, we multiplied by 2. You can also divide to find the pattern as well.